All right, Snowden.
Oh, Snowden. So I watched the Snowden movie, and really I don't have much to say on it. I really do think everybody
Damn, I
should
wish you
watch
would have
it.
let me know because I could have watched it
I
too.
did. I put it in the group chat multiple times.
I don't think you did. If you did, my bad.
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it, Doc?
No, he probably didn't.
No, I
It
didn't.
was an excellent movie.
Damn.
It literally was an excellent movie because it wasn't there was no bias in the
I
movie.
forgot it actually came out last night when I was seeing what was on Netflix, and I just came across it. This actually looks interesting.
But the interesting
Who
thing,
plays him?
my guy from Inception, the one that was in the hallway that did all the fighting.
Batman from
Robin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. There we go.
Yeah. So yeah, I fucking love that guy. I don't know why.
Me too.
I just fucking love that
Something
guy
about
in
him, dude.
movies. There's something about that guy, dog.
Yeah.
He's just clean cut in his movies, and yeah, he did an excellent role. And it wasn't as, you can obviously tell there was some stuff where not even dramatized, but it was I mean obviously there was some stuff that was just storyline, but the meat of it was kind of like what was really going on, and if you're imaginative enough, you can kind of follow, or wherever you think it leads. I think it's interesting, and I want to see where everybody kind of ended up with it, because like they acknowledged the laptop cameras, like that they were using that. They acknowledged there's programs. They named the programs that they were using to search things, and they could literally search the whole internet for key phrases. Like they could search it was just weird stuff, and there was programs for
Like
certain
for
things.
example, if they have access to whoever's in our contact books, they have access to them, and it spreads and spreads to the point. Yeah,
Exactly. And then there was
Facebook has something similar too, I'm sure.
but there was also an aspect of what was it? There was an aspect of, how else were they? Oh, Geneva. There was something like they were bypassing warrants. So the whole purpose of this was bypassing warrants. So they could access all your information based off of saying you were a threat by doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only thing that the search asked was why you're searching up this person. And then you'll put suspicious activity. It'll accept you, and then you continue searching. And so now you're talking about looking at people's live camera feeds, their text messages, their interactions, and we're talking about past just text messages, because you know how we all have people who don't have iPhones, they get the green bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
So those are text messages. The government, or regular government, has a problem accessing Wi-Fi messaging via iPhone only, because there's no real track of it other than Apple. The phone companies themselves don't have records of those text messages.
Now I don't want to switch.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
They don't. So, because, like, for example, I'll tell you, this is a funny story. I got this bitch's number. I don't save girls' numbers, right? So I got her number. We're texting. I accidentally delete the whole thread. She has an iPhone. So I'm like, fuck. I'm literally supposed to send her the address to where we're supposed to link up. I'm like, fuck. So I, go through my T-Mobile thing, what messages the people I messaged today. And it's like 2 messages. I'm like, bro, I've been texting like crazy today. What the fuck? I call T-Mobile. They're like, yeah, you got an iPhone? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all your messages, we have no record of any message you send over Wi-Fi.
Damn.
They're not even aware
I
of
like
your phone.
I like how
I don't
John
like
is
that.
watching this movie and learning about the NSA and all of its motives, and he's just like, all right, how can I use this to game chicks?
You know what I'm talking about? So I was like, yo, let me get my numbers back. So now I understand the NSA is the reason why I couldn't get Clover's number back. Clover, if you hear this, hey, man, I lost your number. I apologize. I won't let it happen again.
Gold. I gotta clip that.
But I'd be down to rewatch it again. Like, it's really, like, there's some things that.
But
I
yeah,
just
that
know
makes
you
sense to
watching
me.
it.
That's why I got all these fucking covers on my laptop stuff. But
But it
I've
also
heard
showed
also
how they
that
could frame
that's
anybody
why.
to look like a terrorist. And that was what
Yeah,
was
it's fucked up.
crazy.
Damn.
Because everybody has thoughts or ideas. Like, it was real personal stuff. Like, and they could connect it via, like, for example, there was a guy that was clean cut, and his daughter's boyfriend had, like, some type of misdemeanor or something, on him.
Mm-hmm.
They used that to search on the guy. just so they could dig up dirt on him, so they could use it as leverage for espionage. So like there's no way to, there's no warrants being assessed for it, or there's no judge for it, there's a lot of leverage or gray area for it. And so it was actually being used to blackmail people mostly, like a lot of shit. So I'd always say, I'd say give it a watch. Really give it a watch. That's all I had on Snowden.
I wish I watched it now.
Yeah, man. We can rewatch it.
I would
We can watch
agree
it
with
after
that
this.
though, man. I mean, I a few years ago worked for a company where I had to help them map out stuff for an application.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, I'm being vague because I was on an NDA. I'm off now, but I just don't want to fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
Completely
I
understandable.
remember like when they were teaching us how to like, the only way I can think of it is like triangulate, and they would just be like, yeah, you call all the places around it, and you just like ask for these like specific things, and then you just confirm that that location is there, and then I remember it'd be even worse if like that person actually like was announcing themselves, like if they were like a politician or if they were like a lawyer, because then I could just be like, oh, is this so like in the area?
Mm-hmm.
And then be like, yeah, that's actually like third building on the right, and I'd be like, oh, thanks, and I'd be calling like a Wendy's like, across the street, and this would be like to a foreign nation, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool, and then I would do my job, but yeah, I just realized I was like, oh crap, like that guy just gave me some info, like
And
on the dude. Like,
another
it's
important
wild.
thing was like, another important thing I gained from the movie was there's an actual, like, you know how I'm always talking about the building, like, not the scientific way or whatever, but like the nuances of building a conversation, like actually building a conversation and having one. Like they referenced WikiLeaks, they referenced other whistleblowers before, and they referenced why the information wasn't received. Like the information, they were really particular about how they released the information because they needed the information to be accepted a certain type of way. And if it wasn't, no matter what the information was, it would not matter. And I found that incredibly interesting.
Interesting.
What do you mean by it wouldn't matter?
Like no if he said, if Snowden like leaked it on his own, they had like theories on, like, not theories, but like they're like, this is how this is gonna go if Snowden leaks it
like
on
an
his own.
algorithm?
Yeah,
kind
like
of
it's
thing?
not gonna be trustworthy. Like, and this is why it's not gonna be trustworthy. This is how the public's gonna receive it. Blah 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 blah. But if it's leaked through known publications and people as they have a source, then there's an assumption of research that's been done on the source itself prior to the person, and people are too lazy to want to even do that research. So if they doubt that research is done, they can just kind of like bypass it. Like if I'm just going around saying, oh, some crazy shit happened to me, it's different than them seeing, like, or you know what I'm saying, if I'm just typing on the internet, some crazy shit happened, it's different than them seeing CNN or Fox say, oh, this has happened. For example, all this Black Lives Matter and police brutality. We knew police brutality has been going on, but then we seen Rodney King, then we seen George Floyd, and then it's like, oh, boom, it resonates. So there's a trick to it, and it's funny that exists. But there's a trick to feeding people
That makes a lot of
manipulation.
Yeah.
That also explains why a lot of politicians are upset with like the big tech companies, because they're able to flag stuff and just be like, nope, we're not gonna put that out, and then they like roadblock that stream of information.
Fact.
And I say this just because I saw the conference that they had recently, and there's like one part where Senator Ted Cruz is accusing Jack, I think his name is Jack Morrissey or Jack Dempsey or something like that, the guy who created Twitter. He's upset that they flagged the Biden laptop when it was coming out of like a mainstream news cycle, and he's like, why would you do that? And then the guy who owns Twitter said that they have a policy that they don't spread hacked materials, and they consider it hacked materials so they stopped it, even though it was coming from like a major news source. It was coming from like the Washington Post or something like that, like something that's been around for like 200 years. And he was just like, "Wait, what? So you censored the Washington Post?"
I think it was the New York Times, not the Washington Post.
Yeah, there you go.
The New York Times.
And if you actually look at Snowden himself, boy, like they even broke down how to make somebody, how to discredit somebody. Like he broke down the government's like tactics of discrediting somebody. Like it's just ridiculous, dog. Like, but the man literally had clearance for everything. Like that's undeniable. So now it's like, okay, somebody with clearance for everything, just lie. Boy, watch it. We should watch it and smoke cigarettes.
I mean, bro, he's probably for sure gonna get believed now. He's got a fucking Netflix movie, man.
Cigars,
that's it.
Cigarettes.
Made it.
CBD. There we go.
You were casted by freaking Joseph Gordon-Levitt, man. People are gonna take it to heart. Be like,
That's facts.
This guy was onto something.
That's facts.
Is this a new film or is this old?
It's old, but they just added it to Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
I think it was like 2018. I remember when it was coming out. It was a big roar. Yeah, because it came out shortly after the whole thing was going on. Like, I think Trump was discrediting Snowden.
So what was honestly, I know the gist of it, that he basically whistle blew that the NSA is using the Patriot Act to monitor people's like personal lives.
Yeah.
But did he like reveal something specific? Something that was like just gut-wrenching?
He revealed how they were. I don't want to lie. He revealed there were certain cases on how they used it for espionage and how they used it against innocent people. But
okay.
His purpose, because not to spoil anything, Snowden is in the movie. Like there are moments in the movie where they just use him or actual footage of him or his actual ID card. So it's like, and then he's at the end of the movie. His purpose was to just let people know, like he felt that people should know so that they can hold the government accountable for it. So it wasn't like a big, I want to expose the government, because the funny thing about Snowden is he's conservative. His girl was liberal. He's conservative. And he may have been swinging a little bit, but he was still at the end a conservative, I love my country first person. Mm-hmm. So he was just so much on the rights of America that he felt American people needed to know this to the extent so that way they can maneuver properly. So it wasn't like I'm trying to ruin America. I'm trying to expose a deep, dark secret. He just knew how, no matter how the depth of the secret was, how deep it was, regardless, he'd still be treated as such, but that people should still know so they can make their own decisions. Like people should know so they can tape their laptop if they want to tape their laptop. You know what I'm saying? Because like there was a scene where he's having sex and like laptop's right there and you see his mind is like, yo, the fuck, like somebody could easily just be watching me right now. Mm-hmm. Pretty good.
Did they show him try to get out of the country? I always wondered how he did.
They showed everything. Good lawyer. Yeah, he got out the country with some refugees. It was crazy.
Damn.
What's up, guys? Thanks for watching a clip of Fake Deep Thinking. If you like what you heard, be sure to subscribe, like the clip, leave a comment, and check out our page for more content. Full episodes of Fake Deep Thinking are released every Friday on Podbean, iTunes, and Spotify. Check it out.